more often. And I'm not talking about on podcasts. Enough of that shit. Everybody's got a goddamn podcast. I'm not talking about that.
The 2025 BET Awards became the stage for one of the most unexpected moments in recent history. Kevin Hart, known for his fearless humor, took the microphone, but what happened next wasn't just a joke. It was a cultural moment that shook the room. He turned the spotlight on Meghan Markle, and in an instant, the carefully crafted image of the Duchess of Sussex began to unravel. Kevin didn't hold back. He unleashed a brutal roast, mocking her royal aspirations, her activist persona, and her desperate attempts to stay relevant in Hollywood. The crowd was left stunned as he ripped through the polished PR narrative that Meghan has spent years building. But here's the real kicker. No one flinched. There were no protests, no celebrities rushing to her defense. Instead, the room erupted in laughter. The illusion of Meghan Markle as untouchable royalty was shattered, and for the first time in a long while, it felt like the public was ready to hear the truth. Kevin Hart didn't just tell a joke, he sparked a shift.
They are really bothered by her. They've stopped giving, as I said, a rat's backside whatever she says or does, haven't they?
I don't think they ever did. It's kind of like Meghan, give up. That war was always won by them before you even started it. I mean, it's ridiculous how this woman continues to pillage the royal family, to use their events to then skyrocket her own sort of persona.
Meghan Markle, once seen as the breath of fresh air the royal family desperately needed, quickly became a global sensation. As an outsider, her story captivated millions. An American actress marrying into British royalty, a fairy tale that seemed too good to be true. But it wasn't just the wedding that made headlines. It was Meghan herself, skillfully leveraging her status to build a personal brand that was as much about activism as it was about fame. From her powerful speeches on gender equality to her bold moves within the royal family, Meghan positioned herself as an outspoken advocate for change. Her every public appearance, every charity initiative, felt carefully curated to reinforce the image of a modern, progressive royal, ready to shake up tradition. Yet the cracks in this picture-perfect narrative began to show when the backlash started rolling in. Projects that were supposed to cement her status, like the highly publicized Netflix documentary and Spotify podcast, fizzled out. Instead of amplifying her voice, these initiatives only revealed the limitations of her carefully crafted persona. The Netflix series, which was supposed to show the world an intimate side of Meghan and Harry, failed to deliver, while Spotify quietly pulled the plug on her podcasting empire. As Meghan tried to hold on to her media-driven narrative, the world started to see a different side, a side that felt less genuine and more like a product. But what's really happening behind the scenes? The cracks are beginning to show, and there's more to the story than meets the eye. Then, something unexpected happened at the 2025 BET Awards. Kevin Hart, known for his sharp wit and fearless comedy, took the stage and shifted the focus entirely. He aimed his jokes at none other than Meghan Markle, and the punchlines hit harder than anyone anticipated. It wasn't just a jab, it was a full-on assault on the polished image she had worked so hard to create. Kevin didn't shy away from mocking her royal outsider persona, pointing out how Meghan's carefully curated image was more about spectacle than substance. What made this moment so impactful wasn't just the roast itself, it was the reaction from the audience. Instead of the usual uncomfortable silence or polite laughter, there was a collective burst of genuine laughter. The Hollywood crowd, the very same people who had once tiptoed around Meghan, were laughing, not in discomfort, but in relief. For the first time, they felt free to speak the truth. This shift in tone signaled more than just a joke at Meghan's expense. It was a reflection of the growing weariness within Hollywood. The public, and even the industry's insiders, were no longer interested in the glossy narrative she had been pushing for years. The facade had cracked, and people weren't rushing to defend her. They were just laughing. But it wasn't just Kevin Hart's roast that exposed the cracks in Meghan's empire. This pattern is becoming all too familiar. Once, Meghan Markle was the golden girl of Hollywood. The media couldn't get enough of her. With her Hollywood background, royal ties, and activism, she seemed poised to become the next big thing, someone who could easily transition from duchess to media mogul. But over the last few years, that narrative has crumbled. Major platforms like Netflix and Spotify, which once threw millions at her projects, have begun to distance themselves. The much-anticipated Netflix documentary, initially hailed as a groundbreaking venture, fizzled out almost as quickly as it started. The same goes for her podcast on Spotify, which struggled to gain traction. Meghan's media empire, which was supposed to position her as the voice of a new modern royalty, has faltered. Both platforms, once eager to capitalize on her brand, have pulled the plug, leaving her in the dust. The irony is not lost on anyone. Meghan's ties to the royal family, once seen as a unique selling point, have now become a liability. Her dramatic departure from royal duties, combined with her continued public statements, have created a rift not only between her and the royal family, but also between her and the public. It's clear now, Hollywood is no longer buying what Meghan is selling. While Meghan's brand crumbles, let's compare her path to the success of Kate Middleton, whose approach to royalty seems to be shaping the future in a much different way. When you compare Meghan Markle's journey to that of Kate Middleton, the contrast couldn't be starker. While Meghan's rise to fame was full of drama, spectacle, and a carefully crafted image, Kate's ascent has been steady, consistent, and grounded. Kate Middleton's position within the royal family has always been rooted in dedication, grace, and poise. She has never sought to overshadow her royal duties with grandiose media projects or attention-grabbing controversies. Instead, Kate has built her reputation on service, charity, and family, slowly earning the respect and admiration of the public. Each step in her royal career has been measured, each move deliberate, and the result? She continues to gain respect without the need for endless media spins. On the other hand, Meghan has struggled with maintaining that same consistency. Her media moves, whether it's dropping bombshell interviews, launching overhyped projects, or engaging in constant public feuds, have been erratic. The desire to stay relevant has often overshadowed her royal duties, creating a whirlwind of mixed signals. Where Kate has remained poised and steady, Meghan has tried to break through walls that weren't meant to be broken. And the public's response to this difference? It's clear. Kate is seen as a stable and valuable asset to the royal family, while Meghan's unpredictability and public spectacle have begun to wear thin. Now, with Meghan's image under intense scrutiny, what does the future hold for her, and what can she do to salvage her public persona? So, what's next for Meghan Markle? Is there a way back for her, or has the era of the media mogul come to a screeching halt? Can she rebrand herself once again, or is she destined to be remembered as just another celebrity who failed to live up to the hype? Meghan's future in the spotlight is now in question. The world watched as she tried to position herself as the next big thing: a media mogul, a global influencer, a royal rebel. But as the cracks in her brand continue to show, one must ask, is there room for redemption? Some believe Meghan could bounce back if she shifts her focus away from the public spectacle and returns to authentic causes, those that resonate with real people, not just her carefully crafted image. But here's the catch. Can she convince the public that this time it's for real? After all, her every move has been scrutinized, and the skepticism is now palpable. Her attempts at creating a media empire have been underwhelming at best, and the cancellation of major projects like her Netflix documentary and Spotify podcast shows that the industry is losing faith in her. She's lost the trust of Hollywood, and without the glitzy platforms backing her up, Meghan's once promising future is now uncertain. But there's always room for a comeback, right? Or is it too late for Meghan to regain the trust of both the public and the industry? Can she find a way to stand out without relying on her royal past and drama-fueled headlines? Or has the bubble finally burst? Only time will tell, but as Meghan grapples with her future, the world is watching closely. Will she reinvent herself or fade into obscurity? There's been a cultural shift in Hollywood, and it's one that Meghan Markle may have missed. For years, the spotlight was reserved for celebrities who could build an image, a carefully constructed persona that would win over audiences and keep them hooked. But now the public is growing tired of those manufactured identities. Authenticity is the new currency, and the celebrity world is taking notice. The days of glossy, prepackaged perfection are fading fast. Meghan's brand of royalty meets celebrity might have worked once, but it hasn't evolved with the changing social dynamics. The world no longer buys into the polished, staged versions of life that Meghan has been trying to sell. Her royal background, combined with Hollywood glamour and self-proclaimed activism, might have turned heads in the beginning, but now it feels like just another formulaic attempt to stay relevant. Hollywood's focus has shifted from influencers who simply have a good story to those who are genuine, real, and most importantly, relatable. In a time where celebrity culture is under fire for its superficiality, Meghan's carefully constructed image feels out of place, almost as if it's stuck in the past. The public wants transparency. People are no longer interested in the behind-the-scenes spin. They want to see the real person, flaws and all. What's next for Meghan's career? Can her media empire ever take off? Or has Hollywood moved on to a new breed of celebrity? Meghan Markle's journey from royal outsider to media mogul seemed destined for greatness. She built her brand on a combination of activism, charm, and Hollywood allure, attracting millions of eyes. But now, after a series of missteps and failed projects, her carefully crafted image is beginning to crumble. The public is no longer willing to buy into the polished persona that Meghan has spent years curating. Hollywood has started to move on, and even her royal connection, once a powerful asset, is becoming more of a liability. So, what's next for Meghan? Can she make a comeback? Or is the era of perfect PR officially over? Is there still a way for her to reinvent herself in a world that demands authenticity? Or has the illusion been shattered beyond repair? What do you think? Can Meghan Markle bounce back? Or has her moment passed? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.